We need resiliency, permanency, and ability to select which water do we use.
Tonight, our lake levels hit a historic low. We're taking a look at how bad our water situation is. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Here at KRIS 6, we cover the stories that matter to you. And tonight, all eyes are on our water situation. Suzanne Stevens leads us off tonight at 5.
I'm Suzanne Stevens reporting from the Wesley Seal Dam, where today city leaders confirm just how low water levels have dropped during this drought. Lake Corpus Christi is now sitting below 10% capacity at a historic 9.9%. This is a milestone the city officials say reflects the region's 5th year of drought conditions. City Manager Peter Zanoni says while the levels are concerning, the city has been working to bring new water supplies online.
When we bring on 76 in groundwater and an additional 24 to 50 in seawater desalination, we don't have to rely on these lakes. And really, that's the position we need to be in.
Those projects include expanding groundwater sources and developing effluent reuse. Efforts city leaders say are aimed at making sure Corpus Christi has enough water, even if dry conditions continue. City leaders say these projects are part of a larger plan to strengthen the region's water supply during this historic drought. From the Wesley Seal Dam, I'm Suzanne Stevens, KRIS 6 News.
All right, Suzanne, thank you so much. The water level is even lower at Choke Canyon Reservoir. As of this afternoon, it was at 8.3% of capacity. If there is no substantial rain and the reservoir runs dry, City Manager Peter Zanoni says the community of Three Rivers would be the first to run out of water. Zanoni said the city has been in contact with city officials there and plan to meet with them next week. He also mentioned that 7 counties and over 20 cities rely on Corpus Christi for their water. A quick note, you can watch the city manager's entire Lake Corpus Christi briefing on our KRIS 6 YouTube page. Just scan the QR code on the screen to get to that link. If water use restrictions continue into the summer, June will mark 4 years since they first went into effect. Stage 1 water restrictions kicked in on June 14th, 2022, when our combined lake levels dropped below 40% of combined capacity. Now, those levels continue to drop over the next couple of years. In March 2024, we reached the Stage 2 trigger point when combined lake levels fell below 30% of capacity. It was just a matter of months, not years, for us to go under Stage 3 restrictions with our lake levels below the trigger point of less than 20% of capacity. Stage 3 restrictions began on December 16th, 2024. So what happens if our water crisis worsens? The worst case scenario is a level 1 water emergency. The city expected that to be declared in November, but now it's expected to happen even sooner. A level 1 water emergency is declared when the city is within 180 days of its total water supply not being able to meet demand. That means the city would reduce water use by 25%. All landscape watering would be banned. City water customers would also face extra fees if they use too much water. Washing vehicles and boats would also be banned. Businesses would also be impacted. Well, we've got a disturbing visual aid that illustrates just how bad the situation is at our lakes. Take a look. This is Lake Corpus Christi. The image on the left is what it looked like in 2021. On the right is 2025. Now, the dark areas are water. Now let's look at Choke Canyon Reservoir. The top image is from 2021, and the bottom view was taken 4 years later in 2025. Well, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Laubert for a look at today's drought report and an update on some rain that's headed our way.
That's right, Glada. Just in time, we are expecting some rainfall here in the coastal bend, so at least that's a positive. But these Thursday drought updates have become a bit more negative because we continue to see more color on this map. The drought monitor from last week showed increasing areas of that burgundy color, exceptional drought across South Texas, and today's update is not any better. We are looking at even more of that red expanding across the map. So that's not only the exceptional drought shown in the darker color across our inland neighborhoods, within a good chunk of our watershed, but we're also noticing some of that lighter, brighter red, the extreme drought, expanding across portions of Refugio and Aransas counties too. And so while we don't want any color on this map, it is also difficult when we're seeing drought developing in the water sources, the eastern reservoirs where we get water from the Mary Rhodes pipeline. And that's where we've continued to watch these lake levels begin to dwindle. Lake Texana down to 55.8%. Once we get to 50% at Lake Texana, then the city has to take a 10% reduction in the water being pumped down the pipeline. So that would also be a negative impact to us. But yeah, historically, we have not seen numbers like this, and we continue to hit new lows. Combined capacity 8.7% is pretty grim, but we have some rain on the way. I also have the threat of severe weather to talk about with that rain we're expecting. I'll break it all down for you and what it means for your neighborhood coming up.
Steph, thank you. Homeowners are getting creative to keep their yards alive. Homeowners across the area are going to great lengths to keep their yards very green. Neighborhood News reporter Jacob Daniels spoke with a local lawn expert for some tips. Shannon Hughes, a manager at Herbert Irrigation, says some of the methods people are using might surprise you.
People clean out their fish tanks every week. They recycle that water. It has great fertilizer in it. They use it on their potted plants, their beds. When they're heating up their shower, they put a bucket, recycle that water. I've even had people, their AC drains, put a bucket under there.
For those looking for long-term solutions, local nurseries are also pushing drought-tolerant plants and lawn alternatives. And with rain in the forecast, water barrels are another option worth considering. Water is an issue that touches every neighborhood. That's why you can count on us to keep you informed. Be sure to stick with us on KRISTV.com for any new developments in our water crisis. Iran's foreign minister is pushing back against the U.S. as thousands of Americans scramble to get out of the Middle East. The U.S. is now 6 days into its military campaign against Iran, with no sign of letting up. Now, Iran has targeted American military bases in at least 15 countries, forcing airlines to shut down airspace across the region. The State Department says charter flights are now helping stranded Americans get home, but thousands are still waiting. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, says the U.S. has not achieved its goal.
We are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
Now, Iran's threat to block the Strait of Hormuz is already hitting drivers at the pump, with gas prices up 27 cents in just 1 week, according to AAA. The State Department says more than 20,000 Americans have already made it home since the conflict began. A Rockport woman is stranded in Dubai as war rages across the Middle East. Mary Tucker traveled overseas to celebrate finishing her MBA, but her dream trip turned into a nightmare. She arrived in Dubai on February 27th, the night before Iran began firing missiles and drones across the region. She told Sunrise anchor Michelle Hoffman that she was at a beach club when the attack began.
We heard two pretty loud boom sounds. Of course, at the time, we didn't realize those were explosions.
The U.S. is urging Americans in the region to leave immediately, but airspace across the Middle East is mostly shut down. Tucker's flight out was canceled. She originally scheduled to return to Texas on March 19th. She tells us she hopes to leave soon as flights are available. Now, the war with Iran is already costing American taxpayers more than $1 billion, and it's only been a week. Analysts break the costs into three areas: deploying forces, 3 downed F-15E fighter jets, and the weapons used in strikes. The Atlantic reports the Pentagon's preliminary estimate is about $1 billion per day. The Penn-Wharton budget model says the total could ultimately reach between $40 and nearly $100 billion. The Austin Police Department provided an update today on Sunday's shooting outside of a bar in the city that left several people dead. The shooter in the incident was also killed in an exchange of gunfire with police officers. According to Police Chief Lisa Davis, the suspect had no prior police record before the shooting. 3 people were killed in the shooting that left 13 others injured. Police today released security camera videos from that day and police body camera video showing what happened during the incident. Well, Kristi Noem is out as Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. President Trump made the announcement today saying he was pushing Noem out of her position and will nominate Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma to replace her. Mullin will take over on March 31st. Noem has faced growing scrutiny over her conduct, including an alleged romantic relationship with her chief advisor and her conflicting accounts over fatal shootings involving federal agents. Well, the ringing of a bell, celebrating an important day in Texas. We tell you what that is next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
If you drive through downtown Corpus Christi this week, plan for a detour. Right now, Belden Street will be closed between North Tonquah and North Mesquite Street. You can expect those temporary closures to last up to 3 days. It's so crews can work on the demolition operations related to the Harbor Bridge project. In the meantime, drivers should use North Chaparral Street, Port Avenue, and North Tonquah Street as alternative routes. In San Antonio, the Alamo rang in some history. Well, today, the Nasdaq Stock Exchange rang in its closing bell from the Alamo Plaza just a day before the 190th anniversary of the famous 1836 battle. The closing bell ceremony typically happens in New York City's Times Square, but Nasdaq occasionally takes the event on the road. This time, the iconic Texas landmark gets the spotlight.
3 athletes, 1 family, and a whole lot of Buckaroos pride. I'm Lisa Trevino, and I'll introduce you to a set of triplets in Freer who are making a triple impact on the field.
All right, here we go. Today's summary of the weather in Corpus Christi, specifically at the airport, looks a lot like it did yesterday. There are a few differences. Warm, 72 degrees for the morning low temperature, so that's where we bottomed out. And the afternoon high, 85 degrees, which is 10 degrees warmer than normal. And again, not a whole lot of spread between morning and afternoon. But we also haven't seen any rain. Another change we haven't seen. We're now at 2.84 inches for that yearly rainfall deficit with today's lack of rain. However, we saw a little more wind today, and we're feeling more humidity. We've got about another 12 to 18 hours before we start to see the first couple of little showers moving into the coastal bend. For some of us, that could be tomorrow morning's commute as well. We're working out the timing for that, but I think the inland neighborhoods kick us off with a little bit of a few shower activity moments for the morning commute, and then heading into the weekend is when we're going to see our best rain chances. Now some of that could even get a little sporty. I've got a lot to bring you in terms of updates for our rainfall. So let's start off with what's happening now and transition into a wetter pattern. So heading into the overnight time frame, you'll notice the clouds that we've had for most of today, those are going to be locked in for tomorrow morning. Our temperatures don't change a whole lot as we make our way into the early morning hours with temperatures in those mid to lower 70s. We stay warm, humid, and yes, even breezy. South-southeast winds around 15 to 20 miles per hour in the middle of the night. So things that go bump in the night continue. However, this is where the south-southeast winds could carry some showers into inland neighborhoods along 281 and even as far east as Highway 77, but we're still waiting for the main event, and that looks to happen at least for round 1 as we move into Saturday evening, maybe even Sunday morning. So that's where the threat of severe weather comes into play. Now, while many of us are just hoping to get some rainfall, there is a threat that some of the thunderstorms that bring that heavy rainfall could pack a little bit of a punch. That would be more likely for those of you in our more northern or inland neighborhoods who are going to be closer to where our upper level help is located. So if you had plans to go to San Antonio for the weekend, keep in mind Saturday night is going to be a bit stormy, ranging from San Antonio up the I-35 corridor and heading eastward into parts of southeast Texas. Houston, for example, that's shown here in this yellow area, a slight risk, 2 out of 5. Threat for severe weather. For the rest of us here in this shade of green, that's a 1 out of 5. Marginal. So a 1 to 2 risk of severe weather doesn't seem like much, but it only takes one thunderstorm that can pack strong winds, maybe small hail, kind of like what we saw on Valentine's Day. That's the kind of possibility we're looking at here. So this is going to be more likely for those of you who are in northwestern parts of San Patricio County, inland parts of Refugio, Live Oak, northern Jim Wells, northern Duval County. Keep that in mind as we make those weekend plans. But here's how that first bit of rain starts starts to appear as we go through the next 24 hours. Starting off tomorrow morning, as I mentioned, inland neighborhoods, Beeville, Alice, shown here in the yellow and blue lines, you're going to be more likely to find a few little showers, just something to wet the windshield as we head out the door tomorrow. And most of your Friday will probably be dry. This is just a little appetizer round to this. And so as we head into the weekend, you may start to maybe see some doubt in the forecast because we aren't going to see a whole lot of activity. Things take a quick ramp up Saturday evening. The late afternoon, early evening time frame, we'll start to see some of that raininess coming into the picture, but it's really as we head into the late evening time frame, and because things come together so quickly, that's where that concern for severe weather may be. So that's round one. We'll have another opportunity as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday morning of next week. It's something I'm keeping a very careful eye on, but either way, the rainfall totals are continuing to look better. As we head through the next 7 days here locally, we could be looking at upwards of an inch of rainfall. It's going to depend on exactly where these showers happen, and of course, much more in the watershed, which helps with the drought situation. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Yep, all 6 days having rainfall.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Freer. When you catch a sporting event at Freer High School, you'll often find these three: Gabriela, Daniela, and Isela Salinas. They compete side by side, pushing each other to be the very best. A triple threat and triple play.
First set of triplets ever. I've been doing this for 47 years.
At Freer High School, you'll catch Isela, Gabriela, and Daniela Salinas competing side by side. The 17-year-old triplets dominate the softball, basketball, and volleyball teams. You've heard of a double take, but when people see them play for the first time, it's a triple take.
I mean, people think it's crazy, like, you know, sometimes people come up to us and ask us if we're twins because they look more alike, or, you know, they're like, no, we're triplets.
The Salinas sisters have been playing sports together since they were kids.
It's a different feeling, like it's different because there's no other triplets here but us, but I mean, it's good to know that I have my sisters there for me at any time.
But while they share the same birthday, each sister plays a different role on the field, especially these last few games after Gabby tore her ACL.
Whenever Gabby wasn't able to play, she was on the bench, but she was there coaching us and helping me and Danny out in the back row, so I think it's pretty nice that we have each other.
Do you guys have like this cosmic connection?
I feel it. Me too. We do.
That connection felt and seen far beyond the game.
If they don't have their uniforms on and they're out there flashing around and stuff, it is very hard to tell them apart because they do move very much alike, but I know their numbers, so now I know.
The triplets are looking forward to another year at Freer High School and another year of Triplet Mania athletics. In Freer, I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter, Crest 6 News.
All right, thank you, Melissa. Well, DPS is hosting its first ever Citizens Academy in Corpus Christi this summer. Well, the free 4-week program runs Tuesday and Thursday evenings from June 2nd through June 25th. And the DPS office on SPID participants will get hands-on experience with everything from traffic enforcement to the Texas Rangers and the DPS Crime Lab. The program wraps up with a ride-along with troopers.
The Citizens Academy is all about just giving people a look at what we do on a daily basis to protect and serve our fellow Texans.
The Academy is limited to 20 participants who must be at least 18 years old and commit to all 8 sessions. The deadline to apply is March 31st. Applications are available at the DPS office.
I think it went great. Maybe a little bit better than great.
Coming up, what made this little girl's birthday so special and how it started with a simple post on Facebook.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
A Kingsville girl's birthday party started with heartbreak, but it ended with an outpouring of love from her community. 90-year-old Esli Marquez had a birthday party, well, 9-year-old, not 90-year-old, planned at the Pizza Hut in Kingsville this past Saturday, but after 30 minutes, no one had shown up. Her mom, Samantha, turned to social media, asking the community to come celebrate. The response was immediate. Neighbors flooded in with gifts and filled the restaurant.
Whenever I opened my presents, I played with them, with other kids. Then I also played with a balloon and try to keep it up I think it went great. Maybe a little bit better than great.
Well, neighbors who couldn't make the party even surprised Easley afterwards with more gifts. Easley and her family says thank you to everyone in Kingsville who made her birthday an unforgettable one. Wow, look at that packed room.
Yeah.
After nobody showing up and then the entire community shows up, I think that's going to be a memorable one for her.
And you know what? That happened to me once. My 7th birthday.
Oh, did
Only
it?
my best friend and my neighbor showed up, and we had like my whole class invited. So you know what? Sometimes it's just the important people and the community
stepped up.
Yeah, they sure did.
That's
I love
awesome.
it. Hey, but you know what? An indoor birthday party is not a bad idea if maybe you're celebrating this weekend, because we are looking at some rainfall in the forecast. I wanted to time out what to expect since I mentioned many of you may be using the wipers for the morning commute. Here's how the rest of this evening is going to shape up. Really just humid and cloudy, but heading into the overnight, notice temperatures don't change much. There are those morning showers. This is mainly for those of you who travel along 77 and westward. Those are the commutes that are probably going to be a bit wet. But we have a couple of days that could bring rain to the coastal bend, so clear up the wipers, get ready.
Alrighty, I think we are ready for that rain. Everybody, thank you so much for watching KRIS 6 News. We'll see you here at 6 o'clock.
Bye.